should have digital taste according to today's challenges. And today we will work with an expert whom we consider one of the best in the field of digital marketing, Oksana Stets, the person who worked for 17 years was a practical marketologist. She was in the Malokia company, in the Bila Cerkva agrarian company. And she is an expert of the branding. She is award winner of marketing awards in Ukraine. And then Oksana will continue herself. Please, we greet you here, and the floor is yours. Thank you so much for this presentation. I would like to apologize for this organization situation. In fact, I have lots of barriers to. Before the meeting with you, I have heating switched off. There was a flood, but I would like to cry a bit. But I'm very thankful for this invitation, and I looked today at your cluster, which you created, the participants, creative industry people. And so I would like to ask you, you are so perfect, so artistic, and I'm with such a pragmatic profession like marketing. In fact, I am not the best expert in the field. I'm just a branding expert mostly, but I needed to learn myself because marketing is one of the newest communication tools today, and marketing develops so much, and even you think that you have learned a lot, but you needed to learn and learn. And today, as a practical marketologist, I need to study it constantly, because it's one of the fast moving, just in today's realities, not war, but the 21st century. We all become more more digital oriented. And I will tell you in this case about the digit industry, how we work with it, because we not all of us are digital, but I'm coming from this pragmatic profession. I don't have this big experience of communication with artistic people as users, but I love to communicate with artistic people in the professional way. Sometimes people say that marketing it is an artistic profession. It's not true. It's economic profession, but as everywhere we are surrounded by artistic people. There are lots of jokes how marketologists talks to a designer. So give me more read, even more read how the marketologists listen to music. They just say la 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 la, but how they communicate and the artistic people, do they understand who are their clients? But and I thought if we turn our communication to another side and look at this as interaction, not only marketologists and people from artistic mm, industries, but as a cooperation between people. And if we ask each other what can be interesting and important, I would like to hear from you how you feel, because today as a marketologist, I can give you some hypothesis, but about the digital marketing. But from myself, I understand that we all live in the world and surrounded by the environment, and we understand that each of us, more or less, depends on digital. And please, before I start the presentation, do you have any expectation, or you have many specific expectations, what you would like to hear from me as a marketologist and who works with digital as a tool? It maybe it would be much more easier for you to get something more interesting for you, and I will tell you. Dear colleagues, please use the chat as always. We have this skill already, and please use it. What would you like to hear today? Interesting for you, so that it would be more useful for you. What was your expectation of today's meeting? So, let's not take our time. I will start sharing the screen. So, if we take the digital in general as one of the tools of the marketing, I will tell you in advance that there is not a correct idea about the digital, that digital means social networks. So when we speak about social marketing, we will imagine Instagram or Facebook or some social networks. It's not true at all. And so digital is much more global. And so today, so it's composed of lots of elements. Um, so we live in the framework of a war or coronavirus. We live in the framework of global changes of the thinking of the world, and what we have today, it's just um, a barrier which does not touch not only us, but so I lack words to tell you correctly. So we live. It's not only the era of globalization; it's era of digitalization. So we live in marketing 3.0, where the goods or services become not interesting when a musician or photographer, it's not a competition unit. We live in the era of brands, and where people are also brands. And please, um, what is our reality? We we see three mega um, units in our reality. Uber means the biggest taxi operator without taxi. Facebook is the biggest content provider without content. Content. Airbnb, the biggest hoster without real estate. So Uber does not have any car not in a single country of the world. The same thing, the Facebook, of course. So it includes, of course, Instagram, and we see that YouTube is growing more and more. But Facebook is the biggest content provider, but it doesn't have any posts except some general, no video. It doesn't keep any pages. So what happens? So if we look at the paradigm of our thinking differently, we, besides, it does not create anything, it does not film anything. We pay to Facebook so that our videos or texts were indexed inside Airbnb, the biggest hoster of real estate without real estate. Um, what can we say? They don't possess any building of an apartment, but they work with the hugest number of real estate. What are the common in Uber, Facebook, and Airbnb? Just in fact, the production costs they have it at zero, so they don't need to take money to build a building, to pay some sick slips to develop design, to find content designers. The same is for Uber. What did they create? They created a product without a product. They created a product which is created by other people. So other people created on this base. So they all have in similar the innovation, because they didn't create a new product. For example, um, the rooms were for rent so 100 years ago, like today, but they found today a new approach to present this or that product, and they earn on this much more than those who produce this product. And when people tell me, Oksana, it's not fair that people gain so much money with from other people and with other people. So when we speak in our trainings, people tell me, so I am very good as some dentist or singer, but somebody earns on me. But I always reply that don't forget to think globally with global paradigms of the 21st century. The product as itself is not unique today. None of us, unfortunately, creates something unique. So we should accept it. So whatever we would say that my embroidery is the most embroidery, but anyway, it does not exist. You can embroider in your own room until you are retired. But if you do not communicate, if you don't share the idea with somebody who finds the value in this idea, it has nothing on the market. Is it cruel? Yes, but should we understand this? Yes. How to bring some ideas to anybody. And before we go into the digital, we should understand that myself, um, do I have something interesting? And the digital is only one tool to bring this idea to others. So, so digital is only one tool, but what are the other tools? So digital marketing is one of the tools of communication or promotion. That means that digital is only one of the tools. So in fact, digitalization um, does not exclude that you can have a good product or good service. So the digital gives you a bigger kit of tools with which you can bring your product or service to the clients, but to understand better the place of digital, there are much more traditional tools maybe already used, or maybe you being used. Digital direct advertising or indirect advertising. Indirect advertising is one of the most efficient marketing tools. To tell it simple, it's just a recommendation: press, PR, and digital marketing. That is actually, it is one of the tools with which we can bring to the client. But it is very important what you are bringing. And I hope we will come back there. What is digital marketing? Digital means digital. Uh, so in English, it's about digits. So it's a general term about services and products which use digital um, lines of bringing the clients. So whatever we do in our life, we sell, we promote, we use logistics, we produce or manufacture. We do it in the same way, but we put it online. So digital is means the promotion where the digital field is used. What are the main uh, notions of digital marketing? The mostly spread of digital marketing. First, digital TV and online radio. So here, the first reply is that digital is not internet. Of course, TV, digital video is also a tool, because with digital devices we can find every single client, and actually it's one of the mostly spread. Then advertising in the application, in the messages, in online games, it is also digital marketing. Then SMS and MMS messages. So they are still working. It is also digital promotion. Mm. Advertising on interactive and the street screens, interactive ones. Content. Search marketing in the network is very well spread. Context advertising, banners, and teaser advertising. So sometimes we do not work with search engines, certain like Yandex, for example, which is banned here. Then SMM, marketing, the social networks, Facebook, Instagram, and all others. Email marketing, so that means mail delivery, uh, self-service terminals. So you see how many possibilities we have to bring the information. Partner references where we pay for bringing a client. So when we look at the main list of digital channels, social marketing is one of them, tenth of all this. But very often people come to us that digital marketing, they will listen only about Instagram. Of course, it will be about Instagram, but not only. So once again, the TV, radio in digital, uh, advertising in applications, messengers, and games. Not um, not so big, but but a very good tool, especially abroad, brings lots of results. SMS and MMS messages, advertising on interactive and the street lights, SEO and SEM, search marketing in the network, context advertising and partner marketing. Please tell me, is it all of this is known to you, or just some things were new for you to understand that it is also a digital marketing? Promotion tools. Okay, it's all right. So we will move on. I see your questions. If you allow, I will answer them at the end. So main groups of tools which are using in digital marketing. I just correct at the same time the letters. So it's very important. I would like to ask to learn all these resources which I uh, told you before. They are divided into three groups of resources. First, paid resources, all those for which you uh, pay to be present there. So actually, your website, your internet page or landing page, your social page, your YouTube channel, to promote them actively everywhere where you needed to pay, uh, where you needed to pay for presence. All these are paid resources. Then your own resources and sites, pages which belong to you, and you can uh, use them because it is your page, your website. You can feel it or not feel. You can pay money or for the content. You can stay without payments. But these resources are yours, and they do not depend your budget. But if you go to a page of a blogger to come with your product to a shop, you should pay. So you should understand that all pages which are not yours, where you come in as a client, these are payable resources, and all resources which are yours, they are your own, and all resources which are not yours, but you are present there without a budget. Those are gained resources. So to make your own resources work, you needed to use a budget to create a contact, to make a target, so bring the leads, and all. So it means number one. Second, if you wanted to be present at some other resources, good shops or just marketplaces, or maybe with some bloggers, these are not your resources. They need a budget, but you have resources in digital which you can get fully for free. The the biggest, the most expensive, resources which you can get for free are those, how do you think, how some very expensive contacts become free for you? Do you have any ideas? So you write to me partnership, partnership as well, but partnership means some arrangements. The best resource which can be free for you, if we create them, we already paid the budget. But for example, if a person uses your product or service and writes a good reply, if it is online or offline, makes a recommendation, you become part of his or her resource. So when a person comes to your shop or goes to your concert and makes a photo and sends to Instagram, so you're already in his or her site, but for free. So this is the question: how can we get into resources conditionally? In which way we can become interesting to the clients so that the clients can recommend us, and we would spend less money for the budget of for advertising through creation of a product which will bring an effect for you. And also, it's not only the content. You see the efficiency of your work in the digital is the amount of digital gain, the resources you get. And sometimes there is a question which I don't have a reply. How many contacts should I have? How many leads should have? My lead, my contact is 1 hryvnia or 1 kopeck. Is it good or not? But I don't know. What is your target client? These are the questions we which do not have replies here and now. And I always say, please tell me, not how much money you spend for the target or for new clients, but how much money, um, how many free recommendations did you get? Not how many you created, but how many free you got. And we are coming back to what I was talking to you from the beginning. Before you analyze whether you are working good or not in the digital, but please analyze how you are working in general. And maybe the point is that you are they are not not that you are absent in the network, but maybe you have the product that the people do not want to share in real life. It's like in real life. So the people think that we launched an internet shop and our targetologist is so bad, leads are not coming. And when you ask some correct, concrete questions, but the problem, I do not underestimate the good pro target. But before the step two, you make the step one. Is your content, is the people wanted to share? Is it your business product? Is the people wanted to speak about, or just wanted to search online in the digital? Not only in one tool, but so the first product is your product or your brand does raise the reply, and please look what your resources are about. If people speak about you, but what are they talking about? If they speak about your own idea, and when
платні ресурси. Зачастую ми робимо не так. Зачастую ми біжимо в якимось продуктом, в нас в чужий інтернет-магазин, або в якусь торгову точку, або ще кудись. А люди починають, ну тобто, звідки їм про нас знати? Ну, я зайду після, ну там, купила я щось в якійсь торговій точці, ваш продукт, чи скористалась вашою послугою. А чим це буде підкріплено?
So it will be supported by what? How do you look like in digital online? What people speak about? How do people speak about you? So, when we want to come from the tail, but we needed to come from the head. So I don't know what are your businesses and what you are doing, but no, do not start with the tail. But also, I love a very popular question. I hope people will ask me, but we don't have replies. Please, would you like to ask what who is the most popular blogger, and the advertising, whose advertising will be the best, and who is the most active in the digital? These are the questions we don't have replies, because we should understand first of all who is your target audience, what you wanted to bring, and what result you want to get, and only then you should get the channels which will be efficient for you, not the which is the most popular channel, but which will be the most efficient for you, and only then we get this list of questions, and we ask where is my digital audience. It, it, they watch digital TV, or maybe they are in TikTok watching short videos. It's not clear which is my product, what language I speak. So first of all, ask these questions yourself. So let's move on. Let's look what can we do to dive deeper in the topic of digital, like SML, how to work efficiently so that you would look appropriately and your SMM strategy would work. So number one in SMM is strategy. Maybe funny, but it is like this. For example, I asked SMM girl just make my page, but I don't like the page. So I asked her to keep my page, but she's keeping my page. But so if you hire students who wanted to have some additional money, so such people, they are not so skillful in your business, in your procedures, in your finances. What they can do, they can say about your telephone number or about your stores, blinders on the windows. So maybe you just tried to talk to them, but it maybe it is so cruel. This is the reality of a private business, not you precisely, but you. It means we as the environment. So you hire a person for 5,000 hryvnias. So he or she should just make photos. I just simplify very much, but in life it is like this. So what should be our target for $10, for $20, or even $15? It doesn't settle anything. So let's talk. What is the strategy? It's like just very clear understanding what we want to speak about. We will speak about what? About the doors which we manufacture. So there will be 15 subscribers, and 14 of them will be our relatives. Or we can speak about things which be interesting to our audience. Let's be honest. Let's believe that nobody will subscribe from the Instagram page of a door manufacturer. People normally they have something else to do, and I will be in the network. I will not subscribe for this website of door manufacturer. I don't need this for anything. But when I look for doors, I will go to the professional channel, and these people will tell me something interesting about the doors, and this content will be spread. It will become useful. So I will tell you something. Today, I just tell you bad things. Just please stop me. Um, not all. Uh, Not everybody needs SMM marketing. Not all companies, not manufacturers, they need SMM, but all need digital. Digital is much bigger. So if you want to use paid resources, you should spend money there. So you should understand who is your client. So if you decide it for yourself, mm, if you go to SMM, not don't be like all everybody. Um, so so if you use some Windows, which is most important when you want to show your products in the networks. So you can get recommendations, but do not mix it with bloggers, because bloggers and influencers, it is a very big difference. So well, I don't like when people ask who is the most popular blogger. I always say that people love recommendations of the people whom they trust, and who is the person for your target audience, to whom they believe. Go to this person. Okay, business without influencers, it's very difficult today, but they are not bloggers. Influencers, these are those to whom people believe, your target audience. Can be a doctor or dentist, or maybe manicure specialist, or maybe it can be a professor or lecturer. And you know that I have lots of cases with influencers. Um, Maybe I worked with hundreds of bloggers from 1 million million subscriber bloggers and 100,000 bloggers. So I would tell you that 1 million subscriber blogger does not bring um, so much um, help as an influencer who is the leader of ideas in his field. For example, a doctor, cosmetologist doctor who has 23,000 subscribers can bring much more results in the cosmetics sales to create the trust than 1 million subscribers blogger. So when you go into digital marketing, just remember, influencer is the person to whom your clients will have trust in. So you will not need to answer this question, because you will understand yourself that I don't need a popular blogger, but I need somebody who will be creating a good reputation and good knowledge for my products. Not everyone will come to you. Uh, so the people who just come for one day and then unsubscribe, they will not stay. So did you have such a situation? So people come, and we had 100 subscribers, so we spent a budget of to attract them, and 1 week later they all left. So then motion design, video production, photo content, creative text, models, illustrations, plus please understand, when you come into your media, this is all budget, all costs, not many million budgets, but the content is what you create in your social networks. It should be, I know people who create wonderful things on iPhones. They just need some creative thinking. So I cannot take photos, but I can stay a good marketologist. So I don't do the things which I don't do well. Other people will take photos, but for example, content maker. Yeah, in one company with whom I work, she's coming with the phone, and 30 minutes later she brings a beautiful text. So you should do what your audience should love. So it is not a real reference your mama or your daughter. So the people who will interact with you, these are the references. So in social media, we should not account the likes or just clicks. So in uh, in social media, we look at the interactions, how many people came in and came out, and the interaction means the content, and the content today is the king of marketing. So please think, do you promote yourself or your products? And please remember that such products, normally, these products are very numerous on the market, and so we live in 21st century. It's overproduction era, and so there is a golden billion people. We are inside also because we have education, we have accommodations. Maybe today it is war, but we have such a opportunity. So these people are golden billion, and we are inside. And even during the war, our needs are satisfied. And if these are not goods for survival, in fact, our needs are satisfied very much, and the competition starts when the offer is is overcoming the demand. People cannot consume so much as products are produced today. So please look. Um, I just wanted to finish the SMM strategy. So just photos with just inscriptions, what it is not enough. You will not be relevant. So you should understand who is your client, how you can interest him or her, and please build your product. And in this field, internet advertising, I love very much. So when people ask me what can be advertised, I ask that whatever is not forbidden by law of Ukraine. And I think that it can be, we can advertise everything in. It's very interesting that the law is not regulating the internet advertising as a digital TV. It's very important to understand, and until we have such opportunities, let's use them. Second, internet does not have limits. So when you go into internet, you go into a large field of information, and you stop to be an actor or entrepreneur in Mykolaiv. You immediately, when you go into digital, you will not be compared with somebody from Mykolaiv. You automatically become among all the others, national, international. So people can come to your internet shop or AliExpress or Instagram. So the road is just in a zigzag way today. So and today in Mykolaiv, you are not comparing yourself with Mykolaiv, a neighbor. You compare yourself with anybody with whom your client can compare in internet. So it's very important when you go into the digital, not depending where you go, but you go into a pink ocean. So there is a blue ocean where you create something new. So you have a small pond, which is your own market where you are used to work. For example, in Mykolaiv, just on a national market. But if you go to internet, you go to competition with everyone with whom your client can compare you. So please ask yourself with whom your client can compare you. For sure, not with a neighbor. Uh, you know, I had a very interesting case on one training we were speaking, saying that digital has no limits, and we had a participant who all his life was doing leather works, and he was saying that. So he was saying that look, all internet shops are similar, and we made him. So we went to a marketplace. Mm, so so he was always saying, this is a Basil, this is a Peter, because they know each other. And the next day, during the training, he received a note from the US. And in fact, he sold the product 3 times higher than in Ukraine. So he was talking that so I have recommendations from other people, but internet people always ask for discounts. Uh, for discounts, it's very difficult, but I would like to persuade you and ask you just compare yourself in the digital, not your with your with the closest competitor, local or national, but compare you with somebody with whom your client can compare. So So, for example, I work in the telephone and during the lecture of Oksana Stets, I use Monobank application and I give money to Ukrainian army. And even so, when I saw the banal, for example, Instagram page and with and I liked some decorations, women's decorations, and so some director replied to me, and the person from director, maybe he's cooking, and then somebody from direct started to ask me, what are you doing? And 46 messages. For example, would you like to do this? And where can I sell? Where can I buy this? Mm, and and I was not already happy. Why did I touch these decorations? And but I went to the decorations through Monobank because I'm already accustomed to buy things in this way. So when I come to internet to a shop, I don't need to talk to anybody. I just need to buy something. I just buy and I don't need to talk. So, for example, if you create some online shop, your web page, and where people can compare you for these handmade decorations, but also they can be compared to the normal applications or devices with whom people are accustomed to use them. So where the people are saying, so what would I use in your web page if I do this in other way? So we have some indicators. We will have them at the end of the presentation. These are indicators with which we measure the efficiency of capital investment in the advertising. If we speak about internet advertising, um, value, cost of 1,000 shows one click, cost of one action. So these are the actions which people did in relation to your content. One of the most important index among these, does anybody know about such indicators? What, in your idea, is the most important for your market or you as marketologist? So we know that marketologist, the the most important marketologist is the owner. So the chat is empty. Somebody says number of orders, but where is the number of orders? Number of orders is not the indicator of efficiency of advertising, but it's a indicator of your activity, number of attracted clients. But of course, thank you. But the most important is for us is the cost of action. The cost of attracted clients is calculated on the attracted clients. So what is important when we show something and we make an advertising? It's very important so the people would make some actions, whether they do them or not, would they buy or not. That depends how you uh, set your audience, whether you show the content to the people, whether the banner you used, whether the stories with whether the people passed through the advertising or they went to the website. The most important indicator whether people interact with the content, whether the content that you created is the content people want to interact. So people like this advertising with the devil. Yes, of course, I would never use this, but I know that yes, this is the advertising, and so and also they were very relevant, and the devil is singing what we should need to do with the rashes, uh, but whether I will interact with him. Yes, I will interact. I do not use such post myself, but I understand that this content is very successful because the target audience reacts very well to him. So if you wanted to put some photo, you wanted to launch a banner, just ask yourself a question: is it the content with which you wanted to interact? If we speak about the brand, the personal brand, we have larger possibilities because the brand means such instruments so that we would cry or smile, you will keep the client. But if you speak about some real things like sales, when you communicate with the client, whether the content is it at the good level, whether the client would love, not me, not my mother, but the client, would he or she react? Why he or she will react? Please ask yourself such questions. So let's speak about trends of digital. What is the number one to be on top in digital? Of course, video. First of all, people do not read in the internet. In only video, very short from telephones, not so difficult. But why TikTok is coming so much? Do not underestimate it because people do not want to read. Why we can speak about the goats in TikTok? So so TikTok and YouTube. So it means that we are ready to consume, but not read. And when you use telephone, you just write very short phrases. How do you write? Hello, very short phrases and messages. The same your content should be. If on your commercial page you write as in a scientific paper, you just drop it because nobody will read it. And it's not true that we are more dull or our children are dull. It is the consumer's habit. Consumers' habit to read in such with such phrases. Because we write in such phrases ourselves, we have the messages, and when you go to another resource, it doesn't work. So number one is the video and messages. Number two, and also you should write your copyright text with the short sentences because our mind, our conscience um, is are used to read in this way. I brand means in the brand topic. It's very important to say that Any brand needs a face. Notwithstanding, I love very much this YouTube channel. Did anybody see where a lady speaks about her goats? Notwithstanding whether you are very special, you have a very very small business without personal brand. So um, I only heard about her, but not watched. So we will watch it today, thousands of them. So about brands, when we and also it has a very big area for work because um, I just tell you in advance to do it because it small business lacks it very much. But I don't know about your business, but small business lacks it very much. Whatever you did, please sell it through a story of a person, but not through a story of no name brand. So we heard that we live in the era of brands, and we create brands. We create companies with names. So to promote the name, we need money, and the name is not supported by stories. Lots of no-name companies exist now. Our world does not need new brands with some sophisticated words and new trademarks, but the world needs the people who know what they are doing, know their profession. The world will always be egocentric. The world is all around one person. In the chat, we are saying that you need to take care about yourself. So this is the need of the today's world. We should take care about our time, about our health and life. So the content for people should be um, person related. So whatever you do, no name companies, of course, exist. Coca-Cola, these are the brands which sell themselves. But if we speak about businesses or brands which are created now, so to create such a brands now, we would have 150 years of independence. But they also had people uh, behind them. Also, I would like to tell you a lot, and even 2 hours more about the brands, because we lack a lot of Ukrainian people in the brands. So if we speak about the trends, at the moment when we stopped to consume Russian content, we found that we don't need have Ukrainian content at all. YouTube, we don't listen to Russian, but what should we listen? And the channels started to grow as the mushrooms, and YouTube gives us this organics. So this is the opportunity to create content, become popular, and in Meta will help you in this. And by the way, I forgot say it concerns Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So now in Ukraine, in this period, Meta and Google give us organically, so that is for free to promote Ukrainian speaking content. So please, just take even right now, just in 1 hour, your telephone, you film a video, record it, even on YouTube, whatever you do, maybe even to sing. You know how to sing well, and do anything so that your client will find you. But use this time, this not opportunity, but yes, this is the opportunity during the war. We have this opportunity window. Please use it. Use something in a good way. So even Meta or just create content, something something else that quality and natural.
Сам починає це органічно піднімати зараз. YouTube, Reels, TikTok, україномовно, його ж немає, а його треба чимось наповнювати. Розумієте, що відбувається? Що ці компанії самі його безкоштовно піднімають, самі
And
безкоштовно.
it goes up
Кожен
free. Uh, and among those who are here, I hope a lot that there is nothing else which can be more efficient. You are from Mykolaiv. You can tell about it. Please take it and use. I don't speak about some bad things, but we needed to use this moment. We deserve, you and I deserve this. We deserve that. That this opportunity to be used. And of course, we would like to it would be different, but it is like this now. Just forgive me, I'm coming into emotions, but
маркетинг ефективний і підходить усім компаніям. Да, це я мав на увазі контент, це король. От просто говоріть цікаво, не говоріть стандартними заїжджими фразами.
Don't speak in standard used phrases. We are company which prepares quality products, or maybe some standard some products in standard photo locations. Don't do like others. It's very important. Maybe some trends in digital. The biggest trend in digital, which I didn't speak now, but I would like to speak to you. What is the main digital trend? So let's see what we have in chat. So once again, reels. These are small stories in Instagram, like video. Dear friends, what is the main trend in digital now? What is the main digital trend now? No ideas. Yeah, we use this trend. So the main trend, the trend in digital is the trend for all Ukrainian. The main Ukraine in YouTube, in Google, in. I said about this partially, but the main trend, everything Ukrainian. Trend for Ukraine, not inside Ukraine, but in the world. Please use this trend. I just lead to you. Yes, education, no trend. Please, I beg you, use this until we are alive. The God gives us, and we have to use it. And not for nothing. I say we must do it because it's our task for all people who are not in front line. This is the time to show that Ukraine is different. we work a lot in volunteer communications, and so that whatever we show now, how Ukraine shows itself, we open completely new opportunities. Amazon, for example, do you know that Amazon canceled the prices for Ukrainian businesses? Whatever you sell, just nails, you sing, you dance, you some traps for flies, whatever can be sold in Amazon. So, before there were opportunities, but people now they can use this. Go to YouTube trends, Ukrainian trend. Hooray! So we will do it. A good reply. So what are the advantages of digital marketing? I speak a lot about the digital. Digital is a bottomless ocean. So when you go out of Ukrainian market, Amazon cancels the referral commission. Please use this opportunity. You heard from me for first time, or just cool. If I told you something useful, please use this opportunity for Amazon. Oh, just so pleasant, not for nothing. So please use this opportunity for small and medium business. Thank you. So I speak about digital marketing so much because it is the ocean of digital. But the main advantage of digital marketing so that we can go not only online consumers but offline consumers as well. With digital, we stimulate people anyway, and we can see them in real. The offline, so it's not doing like this. So for example, so people invite you to go into the coffee shop. So from offline, one out of million will go into a coffee shop. But if people come from online, and we can see all these people, what is his or her age, interest, what this person Googled, we can learn about this. And of course, we can attract people to offline. We can send a message. So please come and get your gift. So you will get a QR code, for example, for a service for manicure, and the people will come. So in online, online is a big advantage because we can bring people from online to offline, but from offline to online it's very difficult. I know very perfect case. Greetings from the city of Lviv. Maybe I told you, but I was in the center of the city, and there was an announcement on the coffee shop. It was saying, "I'm Michael. Please come to my channel, Mikhailo. I forgot already, and leprechauns or something." So with my videos, I gain money for Ukrainian army. And so I collected already money for a drone. So it was so funny just with a pen, and so I went to this channel. So it was a funny boy with lots of visitors. So it was a single case. It was so see. So and I couldn't stand not to go to this channel. So all these people who came to your page or your website or following your advertising, where are they? So they watched you, they got interested about you. But what then? Where are these people? The aim of the digital not to keep them in the digital, but to make these people real buyers, clients, who or they would interact with you or buy something. So in fact, if your business is not connected to online for fun 100%,